return, Evan, of GX. It's their opening match of the season, and it's versus Muffin Lightning. How excited are you?
I mean, it's going to be a great match. You have Swag, great fragger on top of, dapr, Polo, two players that have been up and coming for seasons now. Then you have, the infamous DaZeD of the iBuy Power lineup, great in-game leader, that ECS season or run they had it, or I believe Face It, season 2 or 1, where they actually beat the LDLC, then to be MVUS lineup. And then finally AZK, one of the greatest players to grace North America.
Yeah, a player that some would compare to, say, Zipex of Astralis. Like the Zipex of North America is the comparison I've heard before. And oh my goodness, the pistol round is about to begin. We're going to see Swag playing off towards triple, but it's dapr and Poyo to pick up the opening frag. Swag swings, and hazed comes back in, but it's Poyo with another, and this is a clean sweep of the pistol. Not a single death on the side of GX.
Yeah, and what you saw was a pistol round similar to what Rise had run earlier yesterday in their Mirage match. They actually had the fake of a CT spawn retake with Polo committed on top of the balcony there. So the terrorists coming out of the ramp see the CT spawn guy, instantly think it's a retake. Polo easily picking up kills. The crossfire setup from dapr, Swag picking up kills involved as well. Easy cleanup from GX. Great pistol round.
Coming in looking to make some bank, we've got the 4 SMGs, the MP9 on Polo, FAMAS for DaZeD. And of course, the T side, not going to go towards the top of mid, rather reels backwards after finding there's no contact there from the CTs. However, they push aKis from underpass towards the bottom of the windowsill. And there's 3 players on this A site, all of which towards sandwich side. Nobody actually in the boxes, nobody actually on site. So aKis can start to walk in here. And there could be backs presenting themselves as DaZeD is just on the top of the staircase. He flashes his teammates in, comes barreling back and takes one to the face. As aKis opens up, it's dapr to trade that back. And all of a sudden, the T side want to collapse the A site. But with Polo and with Swag up on ramp, that's not going to be easy.
Yeah, they're going to be looking to hold down, make that contact, make sure they have the control of ramp, force anybody out towards connector and jungle. That want to take it, at which point they have dapr in CT spawn towards that market area, rotating if needed to the CT to pick up those frags. And now as they're converging on the A site, that's probably what you're going to see.
Silent Deeg finds one, but it's Swag tapping away. hazed sits on 15 and cheebz sits on 5, so shouldn't be longed much for this round, but he's already got himself, of course, the MP9, a little bit of an upgrade, and 2 targets to take. 15 seconds on the clock, so the plant's going to shine through, and that seals his fate. While he offers up his life, he at least gets the extra cash here for Muffin Lightning.
Yeah, I mean, he gets the bomb down, good round, takes 3 kills down. So in terms of what GX is going to be taken away from this, not the best eco round out of them. Not a very good eco round at all. However, Swag, that was pretty nuts at the ramp. Gets the guy easily in halls, tapping away, then flicks the guy on top of stairs, gets another guy with the USP, finally gets traded out by the ramp. Great round from Swag there, keeping his team in it.
Smoke grenade from aKis, already thrown towards mid. Looks like the split happens towards the apps. 2 players pushing through the buildings and another 2 patiently on mid. And that's going to leave Justin alone over on A site to try and play versus Poyo, who is up close here.
Yeah, and with a full eco round, it's going to be fairly easy for GX to just clean up on everybody. They have 1 flash on cheebz. It's going to be just looking to pop his team into whatever they want to hit here. However, with Justin getting that frag, I mean, eco round already successful here, in my opinion. You're already picking up 1 frag. Maybe you pick up 2 or 3. But with the shutdown in middle, it looks like it won't be going that way.
Last 2 T's towards ramp. Best of luck on the exit. They do retrieve the MP9, but it should be the matter of time before DaZeD will hold the cross. Flashbang goes out. That indicates the peak. Both players come trickling in, and both players go falling down. It's not just the pistol, Evan. It's the 2 conversions to follow suit, so the 3-0 start for GX.
And they're able to build a decent economy here. They're able to get a buy round out, so with some people left over with decent money, at least half their team has decent money go if they do lose this round to buy into next. So we probably will see a force drop go to somebody else. However, on the Muffin Lightning side, everybody's going to have aKis, going to be able to buy up full nades, decent nades, I should say, enough to make an impact in this round.
dapr is going to get aggressive inside the apps. Smoke does leave a gap for aKis to try and exploit here. Still ample opportunity to just slow things down as dapr gets ambitious, tries to wallbang into the kitchen, and follows suit with a frag. Nice chip damage, takes aKis to 58 and hits hazed for a quarter of his. But now the execution starts to come through. dapr, he sits underneath the windowsill. This will be a test. He takes one, but it's hazed to instantly trade, and the B site falls beneath the feet of the CT side. GX gonna have to retake in a 4-4 state.
Yeah, and dapr had used his nades early on that aggressive B take, so when he heard the execute coming out, he really had no choice but to just sit there and frag out, look for kills onto the terrorist executing. If he had a Molotov or something, probably could have been able to delay, but because of that aggressive B halt early on and nothing happening, now we're looking at a great retake situation for GX as they started off with 2 kills and put it in a 3-on-2 situation.
Easy cleanup. Just comes charging back in. Swag's got to get on site. He's going to find the defuse as DaZeD holds on to the op. So GX now to the 4-0 start as they clash on B. Good enough job done by dapr to at least just slow down one. I mean, with so many targets in those moments, you can see players come up empty-handed, but he's not overwhelmed. He ensures that he at least gets that first headshot and keeps things equal at the 4v4.
Yeah, putting it into the situation where at least it is a 4v4 gives your team the opportunity to go 1-for-1. What you saw there was exactly that. Everybody starts going for one, but staying alive and not getting traded out on the GX side nets them the opportunity to get other teammates involved. And that's where you see the exploitations come in from the setup of Muffin Lightning in the post plant, and GX just with an easy retake situation as the pop flash comes out, and we're seeing the burst out ramp now.
Yeah, hazed opens up. That's a headshot to connect. Silent inside of mid spots dapr, but the barrel's all he gets until he comes back round. 5 versus 2, now contested by Swag, who's only good for 1 in this position, and DaZeD misses the shot towards the firebox, leaving it all in the 1v4. Small collection of flashbangs comes raining over, so they know exactly where he's at, and that's not going to stop him from hitting the first shot. Repeaks towards Justin, who is now gone. But aKis is here. And DaZeD, he's getting pushed in. Down he drops as Muffin Lightning hit the board.
Yeah, and DaZeD picking up that kill. Justin picking up that kill at the end of the round onto DaZeD secures the fact that they won't have an op going into the next round, and now they have to eco or force buy up with low nades. So not the greatest nades. They're actually going to opt to buy an MP7 to make sure they get the nades they want. But that pop flash really doing a good job of just exploiting the fact that if you get that first guy with that flash and A, the second guy is now isolated so well, caught off guard, and that's exactly what happened to the guy under balcony.
Two CTs already positioned in the underpass. That's going to leave AZK to jump spot on the B site. No pressure applied on A whatsoever, but with a couple of shots raining out into B, that actually convinced AZK to fall off. He didn't want to get caught up close under the windows like dapr had fallen. He actually gets himself to the other side of the site, which is the cautious play. Meanwhile, the rest of the T's of Muffin Lightning have now re-aggressed towards the top of the mid.
Yeah, and that was a great little setup lower. Looking for anybody, coming down towards the lower B, maybe two easy kills there for the counter-terrorists, and that's going to net them the entry frag and B tons control, as dapr is going to smoke off the end of it and shut that down. Now you're going to see a heavy rotate coming from GX. They can move DaZeD towards the window, watch the catwalk, watch the jungle area. Anything like that is under his control. And he is going to move back towards B and just watch cat from there, it looks like.
There's a little bit of catwalk presence being applied here by Silent, the opper of Muffin Lightning. But it's the bomb, and the rest of the team now starting to hit up A. Pollo in a great position to lock out cheebz. but he's also going to open up the push from ramp. He gets the best of him despite the MP9. Up close it prevails, and now AZK to hold the cross. He tags up hazed, but he doesn't find the frag. Not yet. Justin takes his head, and Swag will trade this back, but he loses health in the process, as it is the 3v2. Flashbang crosses towards site, but unfortunately for Muffin Lightning, they're about to get pinched on. dapr coming all the way around, spots both players, takes the first. He's gonna burn hazed into the open, and there we have it. GX finding 5.
Yeah, GX with a great job, heavy rotating towards the CT, staying in that group. Anybody peeking into CT fought 2 or 3 counter terrorists at the same time. You saw Swag getting that entry kill, doing a lot of damage coming out from AZK onto hazed, all while dapr is just setting up the flank. dapr comes around, Muffin Lightning still has to worry about those 2 or 3 CT guys getting ready to make plays, and dapr just picks up 2 easy frags. 5-1 for Muffin Lightning. We're on to an eco round here. Should be a 6-1.
Four P250s, the Deagle for Justin, and a single set of Kevlar on the bomb carrier aKis. Flashbang to the bottom of underpass, that goes past cheebz, and that allows for DaZeD to just fall back here. So the real question becomes, how much damage can Muffin Lightning make with such a little investment in the round?
Yeah, and they're going to be looking to, you know, take out at least 3 people here to make it really efficient. 2 people's good. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't have the greatest money on GX, so any kills you're picking up here is doing, you know, a pretty significant impact.
Justin prepared to swing. He executes Pollo, spots DaZeD, fires off, but then he retreats back into the safety of the palace. But the second shot connects, and now Justin in the open falls to AZK. 5-point lead still held on to. The reset after the opening round for Muffin Lightning there in the 5th has certainly hurt their economy, but it is time to bounce back. They've got the op of Silent, the 4 AKs on the rest of the lineup, and another opportunity to win some rounds here in the opening half.
Yeah, and this is going to be the first round where GX is in a position really. If they win this round, they'll have a strong next buy round. Even if they lose, let's say two rounds down the line. If they win this next round, maybe the round after that, they're in really good economic control.
Trade frags back and forth as Pollo takes the head of Justin. And Silent opens up on DaZeD. Now, the bomb's been left on the side of T-spawn, so no commitments can be made here. Instead, it's just going to be a fight for map control. Smoke to the top side of the connector will allow for hazed to just pry and poke and prod. And he's actually going to boost a man into the windowsill. That could be crucial because there's 2 players per site, which means that cheebz being in position here is going to make a real tough time for all these rotators.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to actually use cheebz to just cut off any window flank, anybody coming towards the market area, and they're going to go towards dapr and Swag and B here. And with Swag coming around to that market, he's aware that somebody could be boosted at this point. So even the A guys now rotating in are going to be aware of that window guy. We might see cheebz go down, but it's really going to come down to dapr here. Is he going to be able to get the entry? He is, and he falls back, stays alive. And we have Swag rotating in.
Swag's able to trade from the man on Cat, and he drops hazed to follow suit. Pollo clears the lurk, and that's GX continuing on with yet another round. 3 consecutive after the 1 round from Muffin Lightning was added to the board. And unfortunately for Muffin Lightning, there's not enough money added to their bank. It's going to be the pistols yet again. Deeg for Justin, P250s. The difference is a flash. And now the second Deeg for hazed. So put those cannons up front, maybe pry and get themselves a pluck. Take a man off a bomb site. Could be Pollo, but who knows?
And for those of you who don't really know, you know, maybe you guys are newer to the scene, you guys watch streams a lot, you see DaZeD and Swag, you don't really see AZK. AZK is probably one of the most consistent players to ever grace North America. Every role, everything. And look for him to not be the flashy player, but the player to always make the right play and get those frags that are needed. Just a little tidbit. You know, I thought I'd fill it in on an eco round.
Thank you, Evan.
Yeah.
No, but in all genuineness, yeah, because when I started to get into CS, AZK was a player that stood out to me at a local Montreal LAN called LAN ETS. He was in the finals. I believe he was playing on a team with a Dren at the time. And that's what he has. He just has that consistency. Normally, I mean, of course, give the guy a break. It's his first game back. And he's got swag and dapr going off right now. So sure enough, he only has 2 kills, but he also only has 3 deaths. It's an 8-1 score. I've always heard comparisons. I believe it was Launders who told me in a conversation during Pro League that, like, that's what AZK does. He's just consistent. And with everything, any role, any position, any gun, he just has, like, that general skill through and through.
Yeah, and I thought he was actually going to bow Jackson it and play for Liquid's Optic team as well as play Counter-Strike. But it looks like he's going to commit everything to Counter-Strike. So that's nice to see it all as well.
Ooh, Swag's able to catch one up close. There's Poyo, and Swag whips back. hazed trades towards the triple, but Braxton holds the site. The bomb's by his top side, and aKis in connector. He's going to start to creep into the bomb site. Creeps towards jungle instead, excuse me. Wants to find the duel, offers up his back. And it's not going to get pushed out just yet. 50 seconds left. AZK towards connector. And dapr's on the other side of the murder hole. He's nowhere to be found here. No trades as of yet. dapr swings wide, but there's just a bit of cover. As aKis goes to the top, dapr takes him down. 9-1 to the scoreboard here, Evan, as things are very one-sided.
Yeah, now you see the economy starting to run away. It's really in the favor of GX. Even if Muffin Lightning pick up this next round, GX is still able to buy and break their money and put them back on their heels, no problemo. And that last round, you saw Swag at the default box, playing a great setup to play off Polo. Polo coming in, getting that entry frag, getting it started, but Swag with the backup, just easily netting 2 kills based off of that.
Silver lining for Muffin Lightning. They've got some utility here to throw. 5 smoke grenades, double flash, and an assortment of pistols. Gonna just try to overwhelm the B site. AZK will be tested. As the man who plays B site, it's one of those roles that never really gets the props it deserves. Never really gets the action, not all too exciting, but it is the fake. They've got 2 players pushing in on the T side, 3 of which have rotated over on A. Poyo will have to hold this off. He hears the footsteps coming in, sprays for the first, and the next 2 up close, drops the bomb, and leaves poor hazed all alone. hazed CZ catches the kill, but he's lost the bomb in the process, and now he's been boxed in. Hold on. This isn't done yet. He catches DaZeD towards CT spawn, and he comes back, almost finding AZK. But Kevin gets the best of him. And now it's double digits for GX. A very fast round so far. Or match.
Swag starting off 17-3 right now. Just absolutely decimating. In retrospect, you know, he's just a turret. Anywhere they're going, you can expect Swag to pick up 2 kills. At least, like, 1 kill is guaranteed coming out of him. So at that point, I mean, you know you're already at a disadvantage.
Man advantage held on to by GX. Swag and DaZeD inside connector. Instant headshot. Later, hazed. And now Silent starts to chime in. He's coming in from Palace. Drops another body, but he's all on his own. 1v2, make that 1 as dapr's all that's left, and he fired off, so Silent knows, but the shot goes wide, and the peek comes in. Silent with the clutch.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I really like having the op A-holes on an A-hit. It's good to have it come out the ramp too, but generally your CT spawn is smoke, so get that op out A-holes, get him looking at jungle, get him looking at stairs, and that's exactly what happened there. You see Silent coming out with the A-holes, picking up the frag on Swag, picking up the frags in CT spawn, closing out the round. dapr is really in a hard position there behind the ticket booth to fight an op.
Big spray down from cheebz. Removes dapr and Poyo from underpass. It's going to leave 2 CTs over on A, and the lone opper of Swag towards B. Now, there's still presence over there as the players come back from underpass, but Swag instantly removed. hazed has crept his way up cat, and they're Silent with a frag to AZK. DaZeD caught off guard. Muffin Lightning, clean conversion. That's 5 players up at the end of that one.
Yeah, and that all started with cheebz getting those 2 kills on the lower. They weren't able to get the trade, so that meant that they were just spread so far because they had nobody in that middle really knowing what's going on. That's where you see the cat hit come in. 3 of Muffin Lightning players up cat, getting that kill, catching swag out, falling out of the balcony, and you have the opper waiting for anybody A rotating on silent, and then Justin, I believe, finishing up the round on DaZeD in A halls.
For the sake of this round being pistols, I'm just going to recognize this scenario right now. We realize that the stream's lagging. Unfortunately, Mr. Kim is dealing with some technical issues at the moment. Hold on. Dapr's over towards the B site. He's found the first one, and here comes hazed, tagged up slightly, but not enough to take him down. The bomb should follow suit, but it's a man advantage here for GX to play off of. And the fact that Justin's all the way towards T spawn. So Silent bails them out with a shot already. There's the double down and a trio of frags towards site. Swagged, however, he's going to hear Justin trying to run. And there's still the minute to play with. So Silent gets this bomb in. No doubt about that. How does Swag do this from here? Flashes his way through. Gets his way on the other side, but down he drops then and there.
Yeah, I'd like to point out those last few rounds. So even though GX has been on a 6-round win streak prior to Muffin Lightning picking up their first win, they had been chipping away at the GX economy for rounds prior. The only round where GX really had 5 people alive was round 9. So with that being said, you had Muffin Lightning just getting ready to break. So 2 gun rounds going the way of Muffin Lightning, forcing GX to full buy. And then on the third, you see a low buy and now 2 force buys in a row, I believe.
DaZeD is going to self-flash his way through ramp. There is, of course, 1 T on the other side of here. It is Justin coming back in and losing his head for it. Up close and personal is the ump of DaZeD. Meanwhile, the T side start to creep into connector. 3 players there, up close versus a whole bunch of defenders, one of which is down. Pollo removed. Swag trying to find more than one, but aKis drops the bodies and takes the man advantage. With, of course, DaZeD coming back from the ticket and dapr rotating off B. aKis makes some noise here, and DaZeD comes wide, but he misses the shot towards cheebz. It's going to leave the young gun all alone. 1 versus 3 at this point.
Yeah, and that was pretty hilarious to watch right there. What you saw was 3 terrorists sitting in that connector smoke while 4 counter-terrorists are rotating around. Obviously, the counter-terrorists aren't going to start spraying in that smoke randomly. They're not going to risk, you know, giving away their position, letting any terrorists around the connector know where they are. So they're just trying to rotate over, and what you saw was Muffin Lightning sneak into that smoke, have 3 terrorists in such a great position that when the last 2 counter-terrorists were finally rotating out of the site, they were getting caught by the people just having a smoke on the other side of the smoke.
Hacking a dart.
They were just hacking a dart.
All right, now, okay, to go back to my point before we had that whole B site unfold, we were trying to figure out the issue here on the production side. Mr. Kim's doing his best, but we don't want to interrupt the game, forcing them to pause to obscure any kind of momentum. So we apologize the fact that this has happened here. Obviously, the anticipated match. We don't want you guys to suffer, but that is the case. So suffer in silence, my friends, as we will get this improved as soon as we can. It is Muffin Lightning trying to hold off now on the CT side. They've got 5 rounds to their name, and Justin takes the frag to the back of the head, dropped to 55 as Pollo looks to round corners on CT spawn. Justin calling for the rotation to come over, but he's not going to be able to hold off everyone, is he? There's 3 Ts here, and he's eventually going to have to walk back into this. 5v5 in the after plant. The retake to unfold, and it's over towards Palace where the first frag's found. Pollo doubling down here to the favor of GX. But Justin and hazed have got something to say as they force this 3v3. Silent to the side of the triple stack as hazed is going to swing out. It's Pollo and AZK towards CT spawn. They're starting to line up, but the frags aren't found because Swag takes 2.
Yeah, and it made it really hard for the CT spawn guy to retake there. What you had was Justin fighting the 3 guys waiting for him CT spawn. I would have liked to seen maybe a rotate come in from Muffin Lightning with a pop flash, maybe an HE grenade, bounce it off the CT spawn wall, give the CT spawn retake a chance there. Instead, what you had was Swag in the end of hall, starting off that retake with an entry kill, And now you have two guys coming up connector, trying to look basically left and right, worrying about swag in halls and worrying about the two guys in CT spawn.
No frags just yet. But Muffin Lightning could be hot on the heels of GX if they go barreling into B. The rotation over towards Market could catch their attention long enough. Here comes DaZeD, instantly removed. Meanwhile, AZK gears up for the push into Market. And aKis with cheebz come back into apps. They've been able to drop another man advantage to the CT side, but dapr needs to hold. Two CTs to line up as they start to round the corner. And dapr's got the patience to just hold by chair. cheebz jiggle peeking over and over. He wants the duel. He wins the fight. Back to the 3v2. As Justin pries into Market, and AZK will cross. Takes targets as he drops him. And leaves it all on Pollo. Inside sight, he falls. Muffin Lightning with a force buy are back on this board.
Yeah, and Pollo, I guess, was in a really good spot to clutch that out. Unfortunately, he gets the entry kill, misses the kill on the second guy with the AK, who is decently low enough that if he had gotten that frag, he was in a good position to clutch out the round. Unfortunately for cheebz, he's able to pick up that frag onto dapr in A halls and get Pollo in the site, get on the defuse. Muffin Lightning make something out of their force buy here, and we're going to see GX full saving a couple pistols, CZs, Deagles, P250s, just to break into that economy a bit, see what they can do.
Patient setup from GX, but it doesn't feature nades. No flashbang to pull the trigger, no smoke to block off CTs. All they're hoping to do here is overwhelm Justin. If they can get a clear path to the CT spawn, then bomb can go in. But Justin removed by dapr straight through those boxes. So the plant certainly secured. And maybe a couple kills, as they've already gotten two. hazed looks to come in, but he's getting targets on both sides of the boxes. Needs to isolate these fights, of which he has. AZK removed as he tries to jump over. cheebz gets the next and last. And so GX forfeit another round, but hey, they got their bomb plant, and that's all they wanted.
Yeah, and they got the bomb plant and more. They got 2 kills there, so they did chip away at the economy, as we most likely are going to see guns get dropped to the 2 people without with less than 4K. So if those 2 guns do go to them, we're going to see the Muffin Lightning economy actually break into the spot where if GX do win this round, now Muffin Lightning are on either a force buy or they go for the anti-eco. Or full save, sorry.
Ooh, nice leg. Poor DaZeD. Can't even get across without taking damage already. Could translate to the fast execution on A. We've already seen nades go each way. And yet, the flashbangs hold things back. dapr sprays wildly towards mid and is able to control it to find aKis. Now it's Justin to the backside of fire. Pollo doesn't check it. He almost comes back, and now Justin swings wide, dropping the first, and the bomb in the process has been stopped by Silent. It's all on dapr. Over towards Cat. He's just looking for kills at this point.
Yeah, and what looked like would be, you know, a good round with dapr opening up with the cat kill gets closed out by Silent right now on a 3K. But what ends up happening is Justin in that default firebox area, right in that corner, doesn't get checked, gets away with what would have been almost a 3K. But he's able to communicate what's going on, you know, who's in the site, lets Silent know there's nobody in sight yet, finally, you know, peeks out, gets the easy kill on the guy Tetris box, and by that time, Silent's already 2 kills in.
Yet again, it's pistols on the side of GX. At least they've got the flashbang for DaZeD. Should be able to set the play as hazed looks to peek in underpass. And he gets Pollo for his efforts, but instantly dinked is Silent. And down goes hazed. That's 2 kills with just pistols. Swag, meanwhile, he tries to pry towards the side of Ticket. And now the T's slow down here. They could go back for the B site split.
Yeah, and we'll probably see a group coming in from the B guy after this frag goes down. they're really in a disadvantaged situation now with no armor. AZK does have a smoke alongside his AK, so if he does get into a position now, in terms of in the site post plant, he could catch some counter terrorists forcing through a smoke. And right now he catches one forcing lower B, leaves it in a 2-on-2. It's getting very scary from Muffin Lightning right now on an anti-eco round from GX.
Swag still just playing with Justin, and he executes him off the P250. Upgrades to the AK. This could be the kind of round that swings things back. aKis, 1v2.
And AZK now used that smoke for jungle, so that forces aKis to go to the connector. Obviously now you're going to have Swag who's able to jiggle both spawn and connector, or have AZK who's just able to play passively in the site. Spots him out now, Swag can play the one-on-one situation. Without armor, it is hard, because aKis most likely is going to tap bomb and look for that fight.
He does
And
tap
as he
it the
spots
first time.
the HE.
Bounces back. Swag still stands. No kit for aKis. And the patience from Swag pans out. Looks like it will. There it is. aKis walks away. And GX with just pistols in this round, they actually make it happen. Oh boy.
It was beautiful. What you saw was the 2 early frags on window and connector, really throwing Muffin Lightning setup off. They had to really spread the map. And what you saw was once cheebz aggressed towards that lower B bomb site, and he lost that duel, it was really anybody's ball game at that point in the round. And Swag jiggling on the person Justin in the A bomb site, P250 opening it up, AZK getting that info on the connector guy, allows Swag to play a 1v1 scenario, and Swag just closes out the round in phenomenal fashion.
No presence towards B early on from GX. They've put 3 players outside ramp. 2 to the top of mid to just make some presence shown, but then they reel 1 back. That's DaZeD himself.
Now with the smokes coming over, it may actually be just a standard A. I think they're not looking to fake. I thought they were actually going to try and run a fake this round maybe, because the half started to develop a bit. But with the standard A coming out, hopefully they clear the site properly this time and net themselves.
hazed clears up the thirst 3. Big spray off of ramp. Swag stuck inside Palace. 4 versus 2 now. But dapr, he wants to entry from connector. Tries to create some space as hazed just crouches here, keeps himself alive, and comes back up for Swag. dapr getting pinched in as cheebz comes from behind. Down we have it. It is, of course, now 9-12 as GX able to keep that 3-point lead. However, instant reset. And that one's gotta hurt.
Yeah, hazed coming up big there at the ramp. Just 3-4 big frags, I believe. I think it was a 4K. Am I wrong in that? Was it a 3K? I believe
hazed?
It was
Or 4?
4, I believe. So big round for hazed there. Like really stopping that right under the balcony, allowing his teammates to rotate in. Just a strong defense from Muffin Lightning, and that's once again gonna set GX on that eco round. They're not able to string more than 1 round together here in this early half, so they really have no good buys to look forward to if they do lose a round.
cheebz clearing 3, or 2 rather. aKis taking 1. dapr and Swag, I mean, just with these pistols, they shouldn't have a chance. They're able to deal some damage yet again. That's something to work their favor. But it is just a matter of time. Swag on a 5th his health. Bomb not on his back. No utility on his belt. You can see Muffin Lightning just postured up here, patiently waiting for the cross on the windowsill.
Decent round. I mean, you lose 2 people, so at the same time as losing 2 people here on these rounds, I mean, your money's not looking too amazing. It's not the greatest, but if you do lose this round on the Muffin Lightning side, you are able to get at least 1 more buy-in. On GX's side, they need to get started here. If they win this round, they need to win another round after that in terms of building economy. They're not in a position to lose 1 after winning 1 anymore.
Another moment where Justin's going to have to hold things off. Could open up CT spawn. If the T side can push across, that would be deadly. Things finally obscured as the smokes do plume, but dapr goes right through this. Exploits the gap and clears connector. Now they can plant that side, but they need to hurry up here. GX being actively flanked by hazed as AZK takes silent first and foremost. Finally, bomb gets able to cross towards site. He actually drops it. No plant here.
Yeah, and with the flank coming in halls, will that no plant early cost? Hazed is going to be able to get in here. We might have AZK turn around and check now after he gets, yes, there it is. He gets that spawn kill. Ooh, ends up with a 3K. Gets that spawn kill. As soon as he gets that spawn kill, realizes that nobody's peeked connector. There's probably somebody else spawn. The other guy's flanking. I gotta turn around. Turns around, gets that flanker in Hazed. Re-peek CT. And what starts off as just a decent headshot ends up being a beautiful 3K.
Another opportunity to close this out, but GX have been reset already. And right now, it's the gun advantage here in the hands of the T side as Silent sits to the CZ. Meanwhile, only one op in play, and that belongs to Justin.
Yeah, and with Justin in that window now, he's going to get spotted, but he does a little bit of damage. Falls off here. Almost gets naded. He's got no armor, so at this point in the round, he can't really take any fights. He's probably going to be playing ticket booth from this point on, just holding maybe connector and the A ramp, and he's going to trade up with aKis.
A lot of presence here from GX inside of mid. And of course, aKis is sectioned off thanks to this smoke. Unable to peek just yet, but dapr sits inside ladder room. He's going to come in and clear this. aKis tries to clash towards mid, and dapr can't trade. Now when he peeks out, aKis already prepared. That was dapr getting caught with a Molotov in hand, because he wanted to peek earlier, but couldn't, as he swapped guns. And so, the frag goes untraded, aKis gets away, and we do have a 5v3 here to the favor of Muffin Lightning.
Yeah, aKis coming out of that window, looking for that rotate, almost picking up that kill, but Polo still lurking in that connector. Has great control. Even though aKis did end up getting a cat guy and a window guy, or under window guy, Pollo was in such a position that now he has jungle, window, he's cut off rotates, and it's a 1v2 at A right now. 3v1.
Yeah, there's the next frag, though. Comes in from Pollo. He's got 3 this round. Could play for the ace as Justin hits the dirt. It's all on cheebz. And he's working his way from jungle. Spots swag, takes him down, and now it's Pollo close. Flash goes high, and cheebz goes down. 5 frags for Pollo.
Yeah, I had the opportunity of playing with Pollo earlier, a couple months ago, earlier this summer. Great guy, good player. Right there, we saw a great ace from him, opening up the round. Starting all from the connector lurk. His patience in connector netted him 3 kills just around that one area, and then opening up to CT spawn and finally connector to end the round. So Pollo's patience really paying off towards the end game.
And that round right there breaks Muffin Lightning, as they're sitting just on these 5 P250s. Not a single bit of utility, no Kevlar, nothing. So it's all going to come down to just playing trades, and so they sit towards catwalk. Nice flash to the bottom of underpass. Pollo aware that Cubby could be occupied. It is, but not for long. Clears it out, takes underpass by storm. That's going to leave Silent on the A site and the rest of the CTs towards mid. GX playing this round very patient.
And now they're going to be looking for that mid control. Hazed crouched behind anti-flash, so anybody swinging out, but they swung out without flashes, spotted Hazed, and that's a free kill. But cheebz picking up dapr there, so not too bad of a trade. However, cheebz is going to have to fall back, play that too. Oh, he opts to go back out for more. So interesting how this might play out. Now, will he get maybe somebody in the back here, somebody not looking at him?
Gun control by DaZeD. Chucking the AK up top. Call is going to be made to rotate towards A, but does swag check the site? He will clear jungle as the peek comes out from aKis. Distraction has been made. Swag yet to move forward here. Oh, but he still turns for it. Pollo tags the player up, and Swag will clean it. So, 15-10. 5 rounds here for Muffin Lightning to force OT. And at least they've got the buy to try.
Yeah, they've got the buy here as well on the GX side. I mean, GX is in a position here right now where, yeah, they can pick up the ops. They'll have a couple op buys. But if Muffin Lightning can just win these next 2 here, they can really break into the economy and bring this to an overtime win. Overtime's not out here. However, we're really going to have to see Muffin Lightning's players survive these rounds if they are winning them. Because they are going to need full nades, full everything, every single round. We can't have people dropping every single round here for Muffin Lightning. They really need to build that economy to get those nades going. And that's what we don't see here on this final, what could be final gun round, is people with a lot of nades.
Patient setup called by DaZeD. 2 players per extremity, 1 inside of mid. No need to really go charging forward. A couple of grenades to block off line of sight. AZK starts to charge into a down. He drops the first. Silent traded out by Justin. Now the strike comes in at B. cheebz underneath, able to find the backstab and still amongst the fight as he hits the bomb carrier, drops it in the open and nearly finds DaZeD. But it's aKis to take it down to Pollo. 1v3, not meant to be. Muffin Lightning with another.
Yeah, and cheebz did a good job. Really cheeky spot there. The terrorist running out. The first entry guy doesn't see him anywhere. So cheebz able to shoot him in the back, catch the second terrorist off, pick up that frag. By that time, his teammate had rotated in. Terrorist had really no area of control there other than the upper B tunnels. And that's not really where you want to be on an execute with 4 CTs rotating in. So good job from Muffin Lightning there. Great job from cheebz choosing his positioning well. And GX now. As we can see, this round is big. If they lose this round, 15-12, they have the option of going for a force buy or saving. And that gives Muffin Lightning the option to get back into this game.
Muffin Lightning trying to play proactive on ramp. They've pushed 2 players up, and
They just
AZK.
switch spots. Oh my god.
Ooh. There's the headshot first and foremost. A site is where that unfolds. aKis towards the windowsill. He's got Swag on the left, but does he realize he's already in here? No, but he's still able to respond as Swag's caught looking the wrong direction. And aKis spotting bodies in mid. He knows already they're here.
And that was really good to watch. Here we go with aKis getting 2 kills on that window peek off of the call from Silent on the ticket booth. Justin finishing up the round. But yeah, I cut in there and I said they switched spots because aKis was actually started the round off in that left side smoke in window. And then during that round, he decided, I'm going to move out of this smoke and I'm going to go back over towards the jungle side. While he was moving over, Swag got boosted up into the window and literally they were chest to chest walking opposite direction within the smoke of each. So that was pretty good to watch. Unfortunately, aKis comes back, picks up that kill onto Swag, and GX is left in a tough situation. aKis wide peeking the window, closing up the round, and now here's that force buy I was talking about.
Just like our opening map of the night, looks like we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. Gonna have to go the distance. Pollo, flick shots onto hazed. What a kill to open it up. But the rest of the team does not come in just yet. Silent creates a little bit of space as he misses the first, but follows with the next. So the 3v3 still sits. But there's a man in underpass as well, so aKis could get caught off guard. Meanwhile, bomb yet to cross as there's 2 CTs in spawn. cheebz, one of which with the MP9. Silent, the other on op. But AZK, he's got that M4 retrieved already. He's on the other side of this. Pop flash goes high, and it covers the eyes of AZK, allowing cheebz to take the frag up close and the man advantage. aKis removed from the B site, but this opens up A. DaZeD could cross right here and now if only he knew it was open.
Yeah, a little bit of an overcall coming in from aKis. I think he may have called, they could be out B, they're out B, something like that. And that's going to net DaZeD the opportunity to get into the A side. But I think aKis actually, nope, he still hasn't spotted him, so DaZeD is going to get the bomb down. But DaZeD just taking a little bit longer because he doesn't know where they are. He thought that there wasn't any call and it was just maybe one there. And I'm not sure what happened. Oh, he went to pop flash CT spawn and he got caught by cheebz. But yeah, just maybe a little bit of an overcall by aKis. Nets DaZeD full opportunity to take over his site. And DaZeD wasn't expecting that, so that's kind of why he was still avoiding that bomb plan. He thought there was a guy CT spawn guaranteed.
Guns bought back up by GX. All the money spent in the bank. 4-round loss bonus if they don't get this one, so that's 29 to work with. It'll be a tough round if you're not able to close it here and now, but it's traded frags already. Here into the top of mid, more players peek in. cheebz still here, and now he's able to get another until finally DaZeD trades back. 2v2, bomb in the possession of DaZeD as he wraps back towards A.
Yeah, that was a good job trading out in middle. That got very scary with Silent going down. That left their lower B open. The two middle guys on the aggro had to basically go back to back there. And what ended up happening was cheebz coming up huge, picking up 2 kills. Swag though walking out the A ramp, catching Justin, just going up that ladder. I mean, that effort that cheebz put in almost just totally gone out the window here unless aKis can make this flank really happen.
Positioning strong towards CT spawn. And DaZeD commits to site. Still a smoke and flash for the T side to play with full utility on aKis as he starts to round the corner. He spots DaZeD and it's an instant execution. But no smoke to block off bomb. Instead he mollies Palace. He doesn't realize that Swag comes in behind. The spinal tap to steal the deal, as it is going to be GX picking up the win in their opening map of the season.